I have to tell him something before we start this whole thing. Officially, okay? Losing My Religion is my favorite song. And I read in an interview that you chose that song when you started your career for a show on Broadway, right?
Yeah.
Why this song?
That was my audition song for Rent. I mean, we were asked to sing a song that was a rock and roll or pop song, and that was one that I loved. And I don't know, it just felt like it fit my voice, and I could really inhabit it, and it worked out.
It was good luck.
It was very good luck.
You wrote and produced Scrap, and Scrap is the reason you're here tonight.
That is true. Although I co-produced it, the lion's share of the work was done by this woman over here, Sapna Gandhi.
So I'm going to do like this.
But she's also the star. She's the star of the film, though, you know.
You know, we are in Hollywood. This is the Beverly Hills Film Festival, and at the same time, there are 50,000 people outside that are homeless.
Yeah. Yes.
So you wanted to send a message so people are more aware of that situation? Because also in the movie there is that fight not to lose their dignity.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm impressed that you seem to even know anything about the film. Thank you. But
I did my homework.
yeah, I was going to say, I would say, I don't know if there's a specific message it's trying to send. I don't think it's like a political film in that sense, but I think it is... I personally had never seen a film that incorporated the theme of homelessness in kind of a more of a middle-class perspective. You know, how any of us would actually behave if we very rapidly lost our ability to work and had to live in our car. So I just hadn't seen that film, and that coupled with, you know, the strain that would put on a family relationship that was already strained was something that was very interesting to me.
So the thing that you explore is actually that a middle-class family just like that can have your whole life change, right?
And I think that one of the other things the film does really beautifully is it reminds us that there's all these stories around us at all times, that we don't know the full story of what's happening, even with the people who are closest to us, that there are hidden rooms of their lives that we might not ever enter. And that might be somebody we pass on the street, or might be somebody we actually have grown up with and known our whole lives. So I think that it talks about that in a really beautiful way.
So in a way, the people who are going to watch the movie, you think they are going to be more aware, open their eyes about the reality around them?
Yes, there's a huge level of denial with homelessness because people, it's not a black or white issue. You're not either, you know, independently wealthy or homeless. Like we said, this is a middle class homelessness issue, and people can be just 1 or 2 paychecks away from that. You could have a family member not even know that that's what's happening, and their dynamic in the film is such a beautiful thing to watch that we're actually developing into a feature as well. So that's really exciting. It's really, yeah, beautiful.
Tell us about the role you're playing.
I'm playing her older brother. I mean, I know more information than is in the short because I've read the feature script. But we have a really rich history between us, and so you get a glimpse of that in the short. But it's very satisfying to get to play scenes that are so there's so many layers to them. Even it's not all everything gets said out loud. It's all the stuff that's underneath.
So one of the layers is exploring that experience, the homeless, and at the same time, the relationship between a brother and sister. I think it's key, right?
Yeah, and I think the film is, yes, it just so happens to be like homelessness is the thing that she's keeping from him, but I think it's a film about shame. And it's sort of like I was saying before, it's about the secrets that we hide from the people who love us the most, and why sometimes it is easier to sort of tell the truth to a complete stranger, right? Maybe your taxi driver, than it is to call up your lover or your mother and say, all right, here's what's really going on with me.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Merci, mon ami. You recognize my accent, huh? Merci, monsieur.
Well, in person.
Thank you very much.